few things to know about comic pages is that the page is tabloid, 11 by 17, if you're working traditionally. I don't mind if you drop your traditional drawings into a digital file. I have a vector app open. Doesn't matter whether you use Illustrator or Photoshop for this. I've got 9 frames, but typically you could have 5 frames. So for example, maybe I break this apart and I combine or I change the sizes of the frames. So I might make the first frame a little wider. Oops, you could do that too. I meant to only grab these two and make it wider, and I could even delete this one. I could make these 3 all together. I would just take this one and stretch it all the way across and combine it with that one, and if I need to make it smaller or bigger, I can I can select all these down here and I can raise everything up taller. I would have to get rid of that one underneath, and then these would have to go up. But it's really up to you how you want to arrange your pages. There's no specific rules for it. I mean, you can also do them at angles, which I would tend to reserve for something where action is happening, something exciting. You can also go online and find some pages that have some templates. Let me see here. I'm going to find a page here. It's on my other browser. Just some comic templates. I'll put the link in the thing. You can download some of these and stretch them out to fit. These should be 10 inches by 15 inches tall. And you can grab them. But really, it's up to you to decide what, you just download these PDFs, but you decide what is your story requiring, for the panels. It really ought to make sense. And I think this is a good starting point because 5 to 9 panels is ideal, and they don't have to be all the same size. As you can see, there's a lot of variety here, but make sure it makes sense. There's a guy I wanted to show. His name is John Byrne, and he was a very well-known comic artist who I think has since retired, but he still likes to create comics. He did the X-Men for a long time, and he's doing his own X-Men stories, and Marvel hasn't stopped him. But he's just doing them, in his own way with pencil, and then he's dropping in the text. Everything is drawn. All the words are figured out. Things are cut out. See how this character is in front of the word balloon? And it's really up to you how you do your word balloons too. I mean, the way I would do them is I would start with a ellipse, and it doesn't matter what size or shape you make it, right? Like whatever someone's gonna say something, and then I'll make another shape like a triangle, and then I put those together. I could make this smaller, and I take those two things and I add them together. This is called union, and Illustrator will do this. I don't know if InDesign will, but it's up to you. You can make it taller, skinnier. You can rotate it. You can move the little node, the little button. You can move that around. It really depends. But it's up to you to figure out the shape of how this thing looks. You know, I wouldn't do this, I wouldn't skew it, but I just wanted to point out that you can make these, right? And you can also create more of them. So if you want something where someone's talking for a long time, you just take those two shapes and you add them together. And now you have like them saying something here and then something here. Okay? With regard to the images, I'm gonna leave this off here. I'm gonna open this up in Photoshop and I'll just drop in some images just for example. Okay, so that's that for now. Any questions? You can do this also in whatever vector program you want, either Illustrator or InDesign. I need to find my stuff, and I don't know if I can cut and paste from Photoshop into it. I gotta close some of these windows. Forget some of the. At least my stuff's not here. Well, I guess I must not have opened it. Let me see if it's in here. Open recent. Let's try this. So I could take one of my characters. I'll just look for one. I'll grab this guy. I don't know if it will paste, but this is new to me, so I'll paste. Nope. Let me see here. I think this needs to be converted to duplicate that layer. Oh wait. Trash the text layer. Yes. Trash the text layer. Yes. I'm going to see if I can just duplicate that layer. It's not doing what I want it to do. Try to duplicate the layer. Okay, now it's duplicated, and then it needs to be rasterized. I'm looking for something called rasterized layer. You can't see it, it's off the screen. Oh shoot. I'm gonna bring it up here. But this layer that I just copied here, this one, I click on the hamburger icon and rasterized layer is still off the screen. Try again. Rasterized layer. And that's what turns it from this rotated object into a layer that can be edited in a vector app. So if I copy and try pasting it, not working. Oh well, let me see. I guess I have to save it and then bring it in. I can't just paste from one app to the other. But let's try this. Let's export this. Let's delete that. Export this as a PDF, and I will continue with another video.